I was playing Fallout 4, then I realized I forgot to make a video this week. So, here it is. I'll show you how to make text and what to do with it. Also, I'll show you how to emboss things so that you can put your mark on things that you'll upload to Thingiverse. So if you don't want people taking it, then they will have to use your name on it, unless they know how to get rid of it. Anyway, keep watching. Hey everyone, this is Kevin with Trademark, and today I'm going to be showing you about text and how to use it. Basically, you Shift A, go to text, and click that, and you get this little thing here. It says text, and you press tab, goes into edit mode, and you can type whatever you want. I'll just use my logo here. And you press tab, and you can manipulate it however you want. You can rotate it on the X and go into zoom mode. And the controls for it, it's the little F here for font. And here is where you can change things. Most common thing is not the bevel, it's the extrude. Just gives it some depth. And if you want to make a bevel on it, you can do that. Gotta be careful when you do the bevel though, because sometimes, depending on the font, it makes it kind of weird. You can make it a flat bevel, or you can turn up the resolution and make a curve, just kind of like the curves that we did in the last video. And that's the basics for kind of what the text does. You can actually change the font. If I can find where I moved them, there they are. I just go to the, I forgot where the fonts were. Oh, what's that website? Font. Yeah, that's the name of it, Font. But you can find ones that you can use for commercial use or for free or anything. This is one of them. Called Prosto 1. Yeah, Prosto 1. That's the font that I use for my logo. And you can change the font, you can change the size here. You can also press S and change the size of just the regular object here. It scales it there. This one just scales it without doing anything. You can make it slanted or italic, and make it underline. I don't know if this font has a underline or not. I never really use that, so I don't know. But let's go back to my regular font here. Anyway, so that's basically how you make the font, and wherever you put it, you can make the pivot point left, right, or center. Justify. I usually use center when I use it. And text box, I don't think I've ever used that. I'm not sure quite what that does. I don't really want to use that right now for this anyway. So that's what you do. And the same thing with the curves. You press Alt C and it changes the text into a mesh. So now we have this really weird, strange, funky looking object now. If we zoom in, it just creates a mesh out of it. It's nowhere near what it should be for a good 3D model, but it does work for what most people would need it for. But to tweak it and all kinds of stuff, you have to, sometimes you get weird things that happen. like certain things will be crisscrossed and overlapped, and just makes it tricky. Like, I don't know, I was trying to do something with this very font one time, and it was all sorts of goofy. But I had to sit there and fix each letter to make sure that it worked right. But just an example of if you want to trademark your object or whatever you're working on, I'll show you how to do that. You can just whatever object you're working on, if you want to like emboss it basically into the thing, you can either add the object to the text or take away from the text. And so union, it adds on to it. So I just did that so we can delete the original text. So now it's sticking out. If we didn't want to do that, we can actually make it go difference. Oh, I want to do that. Oops. I'm going to apply it first. Then we can delete it. So there we have it embossed now. That's basically all you really need to do to put like your name on something if you create it. So I know there's a whole thing going on with Thingiverse with somebody downloading things and printing them out and selling them. Most of actually all of them so far that I've uploaded to Thingiverse, I haven't. I put the free commercial on because I don't really want to make money on anything that I upload to Thingiverse. If I want to make money from something that somebody prints or wants, that I make the object specifically for them, and they're the ones that have the model, and they can do whatever they want with it. But as far as just for making things that someone can use, I don't really, if they want to mention me, that's fine, but otherwise it's just an object I made. Unless it's something really cool, then maybe I'll put my trademark and stuff on it like that. But that's basically how you do that. You can do that with it's basically just the Boolean option if you want to add another text, and this is just the standard font. Not sure if I spelled that right. Ah. In order to give that some depth. And oh yeah, you can do that too. I forgot about that. You can change the offset of the object to make it a little bit bolder. I'll put this one on top. Oh, what if it's inside the cube again? It's always funny when I do that. I think it's funny. So I just right click on the cube, add modifier, Boolean, difference. Uh-oh. Oh, that's why it won't. You need to convert it first. That's what I need to do. Okay, now it'll show up. It wasn't showing any other objects on the scene. Okay, so it's like that. Apply. Delete. And there we go. And that actually cut through the entire thing, so actually no, it didn't. That made it really weird. Sometimes it does that, and I don't know why. The text feature of Blender is really not the greatest at the moment. They're still working on it, but so that was an example of something not going like it's supposed to. Difference. Text. Should be right. Looks right. Actually looks good this time. Okay, that time it worked. So I'm thinking that you can probably only do that once with the Boolean without it getting really confused and messing up more than once, because the object might not be solid. Or it could be this the font that I was using before. I'll try making another one. Just move a little bit. Over here. And convert that to a mesh. Back to the block. Boolean difference. Text. And this one looks like it's kind of messed up, because if you look at the bottom of the font, it's not quite right. Let me try it and see. Yep, that's really weird. So it works the first time, and the second time it doesn't. I don't know if that's a new bug or what the deal is with that. Because I'm not seeing any holes or leaks or anything on the main one that we did, the first one. So it looks pretty solid, but the other thing here, that one just made it kind of goofy. But in order to fix this, I can show you another trick. It's the loop tools. You have to add it in the user preferences. You go to File, User Preferences, and just search all and loop, mesh loop tools, and just check it and save it, and it will show up there. That's for if you want to join the rings. You just select that, hit F to face. You can go in and fix it like that, but that's not really the best way to do it. But anyway, that's how you can emboss your project, whatever you're working on. And there's also something else that's kind of cool that you can do. It also goes with curves. Actually, I'll do a circle. I'm not sure if I remember how to do this, but let me see. Yeah, okay, so center. Okay, I'll make that bigger. So if you go to, just create a curve like a circle, and then you go into the font thing with the font that you're working on. You go into Bezier Circle and select that one, and the object that you have will stick to that circle. So if you adjust it, you can make it do all kinds of weird stuff and pretty much make it however you want. And I actually use this instead of like Photoshop, things like that. If I want to make a picture or something with writing or things like that, you can do this to basically use the camera. I don't have a camera in the scene, but create a camera and just if you want, like, let's make something that's just normal. Do that, and you can actually even get rid of the background by going into shading on the main camera. So under the shading tab, and click transparent, and so that's all you have. So you have a curved text. That's basically just, that's all it is. You turn up the resolution, make it clearer. That looks better. And that's basically what that does. You can do it with different types of curves too. So no, just the 0 one you can do it with. You go back to the font and click on Bezier. Whoa, that didn't turn out right. What the? I'm having all kinds of weird problems tonight. That is really weird. So maybe it doesn't work with that. That is weird. Okay, so I guess it only works with the circle. That was really strange. Oh no, I'm clicking on the bevel object. Okay, let's try the curve again. Oops. So bevel object. No, we don't want the bevel object. We want the text on our curve. There we go. Being that it's such a short curve, kind of follows whatever pattern you put it at. But that was kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know what the bevel object does, really. Let's kind of see what it does. Extrude it and see. Let's make a cube. How about, let's make a curved surface and see if that'll. No. Weird. Wonder if it make it bigger, if it'll have any effect. There we go. Oh, I think I kind of see what it's doing. Not sure quite what that does, but okay, that's kind of cool. It's vertical, okay. It's kind of like using a router, basically. Works on a vertical. That is weird. Let's see if we change that to taper instead, see what that does. Let's make a new one. I think it's tapering the letters. In a really weird way. Yeah, I'm not sure what that does, but that was kind of weird. Well, now we know what the bevel object does. It makes it like a router. You can shape the curve into whatever you want, and it does that. That's pretty cool, actually. I can think of quite a few things you could use that for. But that's basically all I wanted to show, is just kind of just a generalization of what the fonts do. And what it does. You make the different size. You can actually put more than one on a font too. You can put on the same thing. It puts it at the bottom typically. It's upside down though. And if you scale it, it scales it on the actual circle. Not sure how to get it to go the other way though. That's something I'll have to figure out and let you guys know later. But that's pretty much it for today, and thanks for watching.